Hello and welcome to the show. If I asked you what were you doing at the age of 25, did you know exactly how to plan your career at the age of 25? To be very honest, just like me, you would have also had no idea where to go, what to do, and how to achieve your target. But right now on our show, we have an extremely successful entrepreneur who has been doing this not only for 1 or 2 years, for nearly last 4 to 5 years, and has a special message for the people of not only Assam but also for the young generation of the entire country. We have Mr. Nirbhesh Pratap on our show. Nirbhesh, a warm welcome to us on this show. To be very honest, I am feeling little ashamed now that at the age of 25 you have achieved so many things. I mean, how is it possible?
Sacrifices. There have been a lot of sacrifices done from my part itself. When I was 16, 17, my age groups went. It's natural to hang out, to party, and I was quite much busy in, what should I do basically, what is different and what makes you different from that countless people who are running on for success. What is in you that you want to do? I'll moreover add on to it, you have to sacrifice a bit to just go ahead of time. At this point of time, an individual would think, okay, I would like to get settled at 28, 29. Sure. And this is good enough. I don't say you should settle in at 24, 25. And I don't also say that I am settled right now. But yeah, I started at 16, 17. So it took me a lot of sacrifice even to, stay away from things which youngsters were in.
But at 16 and 17, I'm talking for 95 to 98% of the people or youngsters, or we may say kids, is they like to hang out. They like to, they're just preparing to go to colleges, and there are, a little bit of friendship developing, and there are groups developing. And in that atmosphere, if you are focused, what do you want to do? And so where did the inspiration come from?
When I just went on to Delhi University, it was a total different exposure altogether. You have cafes, you have new students, you youngsters coming in from different states, binding in together, different mind speculations, so it gets very hard at that point of time to build up on your mind what you want to do. It's always important to meet people, meet as many as people you want. Don't take the negatives in them, just take the positive. Every person, every individual has something positive in them.
Sure.
So I have always talked to people a lot, listened to them. More than talking, I've listened to them. I've taken in the positives from them.
And was there a mentor for you to guide?
No, that's very ironically true that, anybody who'd listen to me right now would say, and no, he would definitely have had a godfather. He would definitely have had someone who would,
to guide him through.
To help him out. I have struggled a lot. When you are a youngster, you try to, go to new things. You try new things. Like, let's see how it goes on. It's not about that economic thing, but still I'll say there was a time when I had one slipper, 2 shorts and 1 jeans. And I don't regret about that. I'm very fortunate enough that I have got that struggle in my head that I cannot stop. And I don't believe, it's always about struggle also. You need to have a very positive perspective towards your life. What do you want to do? You need to be clear. This is one thing which is, okay, you want to be an engineer, okay, be the best of them. How can you be the best of them? You have to be different in the current scenario. You have to think different. To be an entrepreneur or to have a mind like an entrepreneur, you need to grab things before anyone else does. You cannot be one of those persons that, okay, if he is doing the same, I also do the same. If you think you can be an interior designer, be the best one of them. If you think you can be a graphic designer, be the best one of them.
Nirbhesh, looking at your bio, I mean, there's so much to read and so much to see, but there are certain things, there are certain projects like Advantage Assam, Rising Himachal and Vibrant Gujarat. Now these are projects which come with a heavy responsibility, and there is a certain benchmark that they have already achieved. So how did you at the age of 25 take the responsibility of these projects?
When I got those projects, I was 22. I was 23 when Rising Himachal happened. I was 24 when Vibrant Gujarat happened. When I was in Advantage Assam, I got to learn a lot. Advantage Assam was at that time one of the most prestigious investment meets happening in North India. And it was a big responsibility also. It's not about how you operate on the module you are giving to operate on. It's about you have to interact with a lot of people every day coming in with their requests and with their requirements. That is how I've learned, it's always about learning every day. I haven't learned things today, and I'll even learn things tomorrow and coming days. So I'll grow, and every individual grows by his lessons, by his learnings, by struggles.
From the time we have started interacting, one thing that has come very boldly out, that you have been interacting with a lot of people and listening to a lot of them. Yeah. Do you think that you have this knack of connecting with people easily and getting the best out of them?
It's important for the field I am in. It's very important. Okay, for example, Colgate comes to me. We want your consultation regarding what product we should launch next. And what is Colgate's market? It's the people, right? And if I don't know anything about the market of Colgate, or I don't interact with people, I don't listen to them, I don't understand what they have about it in their life, or what they are going through, or what they are achieving in life, what their experiences about their life is, then how would I be able to suggest Colgate anything?
Did you ever have this fear of failure, which 90% of the youth has, that if there is a certain diagram that the society has drawn for you, you clear 12th, you do graduation, you do post graduation, you start a job, you start a family, but to break that pattern there is also a fear of failure?
I have had fears of failure, I won't lie, and it's very natural of you having fears of failure. It's about how you deal with it. Okay, I'm having a fear of failure, and I think that no, whatever it will be, I don't know about the result, but I'll work hard. I worked hard work for 6 months, okay, and I think no, I failed. And what if I would have worked one day more and I would have got successful? So it's very easy to think negative, but it's also very easy to have that positive mindset.
What do you see the next step now, career wise? Like there is nothing called top in this profession. No. You are always improving, but there must be something that you feel, okay, I have made so many sacrifices, I have reached up to a certain point, now I can do something and give it back to the people.
Being a person who is very related to entrepreneurship, you always need to give it back to the people, because you are in the line where if you grow, minimum 2-3 people around you will definitely grow. And if as a firm you grow, you are definitely giving a livelihood to around hundreds of people, right? I believe either you give your time, either you give your money, or you just change livelihoods of people by either motivating them in starting their own startups, or by like how I said, just make them think positive. India is not living in an unemployment phase, to be very true. It's just a myth. I believe it's a myth. I have around 90% people I know left their jobs, but they've started their own business and they're successfully running it. They're earning more than their salaries from their entrepreneurship. And he's also employing two other people, paying them salary of 8,000. So is it bad? It's not bad. Social entrepreneurship is something where I believe, if entrepreneurship grows, economy grows. And why Atmanirbhar Bharat is right now trending so much to be true was because, it is a very natural understanding that if you grow as an entrepreneur, or if your entrepreneurship firm, if your startup grows, you are also contributing it to the economy.
Do you think that youth, there is certain, I mean, I will take you very specific to Assam, where you have grown up. Do you think youth as such is little directionless right now, or they know what they want in their life?
Assam has very, very, very sharp minds who have no idea of what they want to do in life. This is a very, very clean truth you have. I believe those 20%, if they go according to your conscience, according to your positiveness, or believe in themselves, they'll be better than those 80%. It's not directionless. I don't believe. No, it's very simple. Okay, I'll say you one reality in COVID. Yeah. Board exams are cancelled. So you don't have your 10th, you don't have your 12th, you don't know how you're going to get admissions in universities, and you don't know how you're going to get admissions in 11th. So it's a clueless situation. Leave everything. Just leave it up to time. Just leave it to how things go around. You are not a अंगूठा छाप person. I'll say it very frank. आप अंगूठा छाप नहीं हो. आप पढ़े लिखे हो. आपने पढ़ाई की है. आप लाइफ में कभी अनसक्सेसफुल हो ही नहीं सकते. मैं उस ब्रैकेट की बात कर रहा हूँ जिनको डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, अपने अपने प्रोफेशंस में जाना है. They'll definitely find a way. But I personally believe those 20%, if they go according to your conscience, they'll be one of those entrepreneurs or one of those changing of economic sphere of a state.
You gave example of 10th, 11th and 12th, but you also, along with many multinational companies, went out and helped people. What was the scenario that you saw with your eye?
It's a quite emotional thing. When it started, I was not very confident of myself, getting out of my home. I got a call from, government of Himachal Pradesh. They wanted me to help out for the CSR donations. And they had around a list of 40-50 MNCs going on around who were clueless about how to procure items. And those items were items which were in scarcity at that point of time, oxygen cylinders, flow meters, concentrators, setting up, hospitals. I worked with a lot of MNCs. One thing which I've got to know about it is that it also, makes me feel very, dead and bad also. Why? Because it was very hard for me to procure items for them. It was very hard for me at one point of time, when there was a very immediate requirement of 400, 500 oxygen cylinders, and people in the market were doing black marketing, and we definitely didn't think about it. So we had to import those cylinders from China. Believe me, everything is China today. I might get sued for saying this, but every material which is coming in a very fast forward way is from China because their production level is very high.
So I'll try to touch on something of future. Like when you were in Delhi University, look, Delhi University and politics goes hand in hand. Were you influenced by, or the politics that happened in DU?
I got admission in Hansraj, so I didn't want that. Why? Because politics is something which has also had an impact on my life a lot. Because that is how I got to, meet people, listen to them. I started with NSUI. But in the first year itself, I campaigned for President Pankaj Paswan. We won all the 6 seats and in the college. So it was a limelight for you, definitely. And when you come from somewhere, not that, spacious, not Bombay, not Bangalore, Guwahati. And people catch you up. Who's that guy? At one point of time, they also thought that they would need me. So I was offered from AVVP. I didn't find politics that much connective to me, but I learned from it a lot.
Now you have said that Modi ji, you are a big fan of Modi ji, but he is always encouraging youngsters to come out and be a part of the political system. Do you think yourself that your time has come to get into the politics of Assam?
I haven't thought of it at any point of time, and I love what I'm doing right now. I love it a lot. It's not something very easy, I interact with CFOs, CEOs of MNCs, and they teach me a lot. They teach me their experiences from their life, and it is something which I love a lot. I've not had that thought, and I don't know. Yeah, it might come to my mind, it might not come to my mind. I'm open to everything. I'm open to everything, which helps me become a better person, or which helps me contribute to the society more and more. If I feel so that I can contribute more in that field, I'll definitely be in that field itself.
Because you said, and what we have come to know and feel right now, that you have a very great knack of connecting to people. So right now, why not give it back to the people? Because you have achieved so much, you have learned so much, you know how the things are getting work done, and politics is the biggest thing, biggest platform through which you can change people's life.
No, I won't believe in that. No. I believe entrepreneurship is the biggest thing how you can contribute to an individual, because you can be a decision maker, but you definitely cannot affect them directly. It's an indirect thing which you're doing, right? You have a big chain of things going on around. But by being an entrepreneur, I myself have, we have had oxygen cylinders. I myself have donated around 50 oxygen cylinders. I have helped people around individually. I believe this is contribution to society. You just motivate people. You help them do something of their own by which they can be themselves.
I hope the youngsters of not only Assam but the entire country listen to you, because at the age of 25 we don't get more successful people than sitting right across next to us. Thank you very much for talking to us and giving all the mantras of success of your life. Thank you very much.